have had a number of discussions about it, and we
This
should
is just on a bigger
really,
scale than what I got.
probably, if we look from a development standpoint,
Mine's about half that
that it's
size.
not
Looks
just
like nice.
Walnut and High, not that little
Now
piece there. It should include.
Everybody ready?
Now we'll have to go back.
Call this Fall Fest meeting to order. Roll call, please. Want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay. I'm here, Donnie Bryant's not, Gene Hunnefield's not, Johnny Tremaine's here, Bobby Mills not here, Kelly Will's here, Mario Todd's here, Greg Tufts, Tina Bojack's not. Okay. Let's go to entertainment.
All right, so just a quick update. Cheap Trick is at Blue Ash, just to let everybody know, for 4th of July. One thing with them, with Blue Ash, was, you know, if we lock into that, we can't advertise till July 5th, which we're not going to be advertising until after July 4th anyway, so I don't. They're not fully booked yet, but that was one caveat that we had to say okay with. So that will be one that we can lock into this week or next week, prior to the Board of Works meeting.
Okay.
And do you want to go ahead, Craig?
For Friday night, you know, I know we lost out on Martina McBride, but we have an offer that we haven't sent it yet because we want to get the board's approval. And I know Kelly had someone also, but possibly Big and Rich for Friday night. And that's it. The offer we were going to make was $75,000.
What else is with it? I mean, the contract, what kind of riders they have?
We don't know yet. We don't know what their rider for hotel and all that stuff is. They're normally over 100.
So the option that I had, that was provided to me was, Leanne Rhymes, it's 75,000 too. Oh, 75,000 also, for Leanne Rhymes. So really, I think what, you know, we could probably look to the committee to decide here which would be the first option if we were at the $75,000 price point for each of them, which the committee would prefer, either Big and Rich or Leanne Rhymes for the Friday night entertainment, and potentially use the other one as a backup. So.
This is Sherry Quicksall. She's the one that did our booth last year.
Okay, great.
You come on up here,
Hi.
Sherry.
You want me
You can come up here and sit.
up there?
Yeah,
His chair's a lot more
a
comfortable.
lot more comfortable. She's our booth person. She did it several years ago.
But to go back to Cheap Trick, you'll need to know something.
Yeah, I mean, well, like Kelly said earlier, I think has to go to Board of Works, right, for payment, and that's July 7th.
Well, the contract and everything. has to go to them, yeah.
So I don't think we can wait till August, so.
Right.
The offer's been put in?
Yeah, they have it, they've okayed it, we just haven't finalized it yet. It's not,
And how much were they?
they were,
60, I think, wasn't it?
I don't even know if it was 60. I thought they were only 50.
I like it.
Yeah.
It says 65 here, but I don't think it was that much. I
I like the 50.
So 65 would pretty well give you the high side of it then.
yes.
That'd probably take care of the riders and everything. Now, when we get all of our bands down, I'm gonna give the riders to our lighting guy and see if he can do the back lines and everything, get them all to approve to do one instead of buying several. can save some money there. And he's pretty good working with all these bands. He's worked with most of them. Somebody have any ideas on the opening bands or anything? Need an opening in the mid-range, and, well, Cheap Trick will be the...
I mean, David Allen Coe's into it.
Was he gonna do country, or was he's not it?
He can do,
Saturday night?
I think if it's Cheap Trick, he might open for them. If it's Big and Rich, he can open for them. I don't think he's probably the person you want opening for Leanne Rhymes, though.
Why is that? Well, let's pencil him in with Cheap Trick,
All right,
So Cheap Trick would be for Friday night,
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yep.
Okay, the Metal Ethel still got them for the opening band on Friday.
Cheap Trick would be Saturday night, so would.
Yeah.
What was the price of Metal Ethel?
They're $7,500.
$7,500.
If that, yeah.
You got to see a video. I probably shouldn't say that too much, but methyl ethyl yesterday.
So we have to find a mid-range band for them in between whatever we actually got Friday.
So they don't suggest or whatever, anybody
They
then?
can't, I mean, they will.
They'll have to, Cheap Trick will have to okay what bands plays for them. So whoever we get for the headliner, that's the way most of the time they do. They usually want a CD so they can listen to it.
Again, I didn't know if they had somebody travel with them or
Well, some of them do.
it was like a package deal or.
I guess, do we like Leanne Rhymes better for Friday, or do we like Big and Rich better? I know, I mean, Leanne Rhymes has played, was she just at Belterra or Grand Victoria?
She's got a draw name though. Got a better than Big and Rich, don't she? I don't know. I'm not a country person. What do these people think? She got a better name, household name than Big and Rich, I think.
Right. But Big and Rich, I'd have to hear their music to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure about them either.
I go with Leanne Rhymes.
What's the rest of the board think?
I
I know Kelly likes them.
I really don't have a big country playlist.
I'm not a big
though.
I don't either, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
She's
pleased
good
with
in
either.
concert. I mean, I've seen her, because we had her when I was down there years ago.
She's
Have a
good.
hell of a voice.
You want to try to look at her?
What's her asking?
I was looking at Big and Rich.
75. Big and Rich is,
Pull 'em up.
the offer for Big and Rich is 75 as well. And I have no preference. I think, the thing, I'm glad that we have a possible backup either way we go.
Take what we get.
Play some, John, if you got it up yet.
I'd say Leanne Ryan's a better name than Big and Rich.
Dear Mary Maids, just come home from a
Well,
trade
go
show
on.
and I didn't have
Country.
time to pick up the house. The kids made
Trying to get that. It was an ad.
And Cheap Trick is how much?
75?
75.
No, 60.
Oh, sorry, 65. For Cheap Trick. She asked about Cheap Trick. For 65 for Cheap Trick. That's Big and Rich.
Yeah.
That's Big and Rich.
Yeah.
That's not final. There's other things go with that too. Usually, you might have to rent pianos, whatever. There's a back line, you gotta buy two of these. That's not the final cost.
They probably did too.
Well, you've heard Sable Horse Ride a Cowboy.
Yeah. Coming to the City was another one.
Yeah.
I'll pop it up.
What's the board think?
I think it's toss-up, actually.
I think they're both good.
Yeah.
Who's got the better name?
Both good choices.
I think it's
That's-
gonna
that's what we-
depend on
wait,
what kind
we-
of crowd you want.
We're selling,
Well, that's
That's
it.
exactly what,
Yeah.
do you want a young crowd? Leanne Rhymes will bring in,
Right.
I think, more our, or my age,
I agree with it.
30s and 40s, we'll say. 50s, I'll say that.
What about the 60s?
No.
What, you leaving us out or what?
You like her. She can sing-
I've heard some of her music, I think she's good.
She
and
sings
she's a
some
draw.
Patsy Cline, doesn't she? Hasn't she sang Patsy Cline? I think she has.
So you wanna check,
Yeah.
is it all right with everybody? Check Leanne Rhymes.
And then Big and Rich will be our backup plan.
Okay. Now we still, for both of them, Saturday and Friday, we need a mid-range band. Something 10, 15.
Well, we have, possibility for Fog Hat, they're anywhere between 17.5 and 25,000. And last report, they were available. That may be one to go with Cheap Trick.
We've had them twice.
Were they good?
Yes, they're real good. They put on a good show.
Bog hat?
Yes, they put on
Yeah.
a real good show.
Do you want me to look at that
How
further?
much are they?
Anywhere between 17.5 and 25. I can narrow down a price.
Okay, pencil them in at the mid-range band,
For what night?
Saturday.
Saturday. All right, who do we got Friday night?
Need a country opening act.
You got Methyl Ethyl as your opener.
Not you opening, you mean the mid-range band,
Who?
the middle band. You play three bands.
Who's the band?
Oh, Methyl Ethyl and the Ketones.
Methyl.
They played last weekend over at Hollywood. They're really good.
Oh, I never
I've seen
heard
them twice. I got video if you want to see it.
We need a mid-range band for them to play before Leanne Rhymes.
Maybe we just ask her, ask the booking
Okay.
agent when you
Yeah, see what plays,
see
who
who
plays
she
with
wants
her.
to, because most of the time they're wanting to promote somebody. Her label will, I'm sure.
Yeah, but let's get somebody that's got a name,
Yep.
not, we gotta sell tickets.
I'll ask.
And if they're really not a household name, well, who's this guy? I don't know who it is.
The Saturday night were Cheap Trick, Fog Hat, David Allen Co.
Right. See Dave now, Cole pays like, what, 7,500, something like
He's 10
that? Yeah.
in chips,
Is that gonna say, is that chips or free play?
free play.
Foghat was 17.5 to 25.
Foghat. How much for Foghat?
17.5 to 25. What's that, half a show or a full show, I guess?
Well, I know what time it's stopping.
Yes, it is. When I meet those road managers, I'm flat telling them, you're gonna be here at this time, and it's gonna stop at this time.
Remember last year, it just kept going, kept going.
Who are the three acts on Saturday night? Cheap Trick, David Allen Co., and who else?
Foghat.
Foghat in the middle. That's a good lineup. Good lineup.
Just Friday night, we got just two, one.
So far, we gotta find a mid-range band. And they can check, see who plays with them sometimes. A lot of them bands, they'll travel, they'll have a couple partners that goes with them. Okay, is that it for entertainment?
Does fireworks fall under entertainment?
We can, go ahead and bring it up.
Got the contract today, actually. She sent it to me, and she had to revise it because she still had the adult center stuff on there. So, Mayor, if you want to take a look at it and do what you need to do, they do have a $1,580 acknowledgement.
When last paid day of the show or what?
To reserve it, I guess.
Okay.
And then the balance will be 6320,
What's the total on the fireworks?
7,900.
7,900.
had to change the location too, they had Fox Park. I had to clarify
Yeah.
the viewing area.
I'll let the attorney look at this, and, we'll present to Board of Works.
That's all I got on that.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on fireworks?
Where do you have them?
We launch them at the
Right on top of your building,
baseball field,
High school.
high school,
your building.
and then they're all aerial shots.
Same as last year.
Yeah, same last 2 years, except they're going on time.
Well, the way we've done it in the past, we'll go to the band and their closing act, we said, let us know when your last song, and when you get done playing, boom, the fireworks goes off.
Yeah,
A certain
that's when
time.
they ran out that encore.
Yeah.
Because the year before it was, what's his face, country guy. Yeah. He didn't do an encore, and that screwed it up too.
He was terrible to work with too. He was terrible. Not as bad
Who was the
as,
guy last year?
oh, the one that threatened his buses.
Who is that?
Young was his name?
Guy played forever, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, that was Dickie Betts.
I thought it was
Dickie Betts.
Santana up there. Just wouldn't get off.
He kept going. That,
No, we have. We keep 10:30 sharp.
Just start unplugging stuff.
well, we gotta get him out early too. One of our goals is get him back over to Hollywood. Because the more they go over and spend, the better off we are. No more on the fireworks, no more on the entertainment. Let's go to budget.
I think, the mayor and I have been looking a little bit closer at the budget, looking at the entertainment that we just outlined, based on averages for Fog Hat and, Methyl Ethel. We're pushing our $180,000 there. We're just about, and that's not even with our mid-range band, for Friday night. We're real close to our $180,000 that was budgeted. Additionally, I think we'll have expenses from, the fencing and ticketing this year. But until we can really name entertainment, I have not been seeking any sponsorship at this point, just because it's not an easy sell when you don't have the entertainment outlined. But I think once we get that named, it'll be much easier to work on sponsorship. So I'll kind of start then putting those packages together, and, everything from entertainment sponsors to ticket sponsors. If someone wants their name on the actual ticket or wristband or something like that, that will be something that I'll work on. But if anyone has any expertise in that sponsorship area to put those packages together, that would certainly be helpful.
If we want to work it backwards, in regards to like fencing and some of the other peripheral stuff, Johnny and I can work out of a budget. In other words, find out what your group money's going to be, what you got left, and we can work backwards, I think, via snow fencing versus panels, So I hate to give you a hard number of just doing all panels down there where we may just have to step up a little bit in labor as far as the reserve officers and what have you, as far as containment.
On rides, we're looking at $66,000.
I mean, that's pretty well set then on that number. huh?
That's contract.
Okay.
Is that with Paul Murray?
Yeah. This is second year of that contract, I think it is. Or it might be the last year of the contract. So we're pushing. I mean, we've got miscellaneous fees gonna be in there too, like I said, the fencing. The back lines, I don't know right offhand, and we got Danny Davis too, that's about, I have to look at the contract again. I want to say 40.
Set your lights and sound and
Yeah,
40 for that?
yeah. We're pushing. Well,
Well, we will have some revenue coming in from booth space,
right.
which I've received a $500 check. To be honest, I don't remember who it's from. But Jackie has that. And I sent out, over the last week, I probably sent out about 20 applications via request for booth space. So,
And I was at, Friendship, and I contacted 3 people down there. They're happy to come. We're gonna advertise too.
it's on Eagle Country soliciting for vendors for the area. And then it's also on a website for vendors in Indiana. So it's listed on there that we're seeking vendors. And that's a forum that vendors can pursue.
I think we'll do all right. You had another list too, didn't you?
of
How many did
vendors.
you have last year?
I didn't get a list from
It was
Marie.
60
I
some?
mean, you had some more on your own?
Yes, I have a list probably of about 45 vendors in the area that I will send a mass email to all of them. But I would prefer to wait until we determine entertainment prior to inviting them, so.
And Marie wouldn't send the list over, so we'll go around.
Is there, we're not gonna cap it, or is there a goal, or what's the, we were just discussing, we had like 60 plus last year.
But then we have 130,
We had enough room for, I think, 110 spots
110.
last year.
I went from the condos to Tate Street.
Right. Both sides, one side was water.
And that's what you gotta make sure of. That, of the water situation.
I
Because
mean,
there's quite a few vendors that want and need water.
I mean, we can get
I mean, they
water
all need
across
it.
the other
we can
side there
get water
too.
to 'em.
Yeah.
And Sherry, I'll show the application to you and have you look that over and make sure I didn't miss anything. But it's fairly thorough. And then Johnny has provided more of a safety checklist that I'm emailing and snail mailing out with the application. So,
I think we can use more food vendors. 'Cause I went down through both nights and talked to them. They sold out by 9 o'clock. They were packed. So if we have a few more out there, it's not gonna hurt us. But the right kind, I mean, you know, we need somebody that can handle a crowd.
What about that radio station in North Vernon? I was talking to you about that the other night.
Kelly, probably look at them.
North Vernon?
Yeah, North
I think it's
Vernon.
part of the same ownership as Eagle.
I think so, because I know there were some vendors from North Vernon last year up here, and they wanted to come back this year, and for the life of me, I can't remember their name.
You didn't find any list or anything?
No.
We advertise it. Ones that's been here before, they'll get in contact with us.
All that stuff's down there.
Well, we couldn't get it, she wouldn't give it to us.
And unfortunately, I have a feeling after talking to some of the vendors that have been here before, I think they may be expecting an application. I don't know if the last committee was in the habit of sending that application closer to the date.
Oh, no. No, we sent
No.
them out earlier.
Okay,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
so they would be maybe contacting someone hopefully if they don't receive the application.
About this time, June and July, they'll
Sure.
start coming in, and they'll, I don't know if they know, I mean, sure they don't know what's going on, but they'll go to the adult center, is what they'll do. And they'll
Okay.
pay it down there. I mean, that's where they want to pay, down there,
Do they
for their
want-
application and stuff.
Well, maybe I could take some applications down there with instructions.
All's well.
Yeah,
I'm working.
okay.
Any way it can be put on the radio? I mean,
It's on,
To the city bill, or,
there is an, there is an advertisement on the radio station now.
I mean, get the word out to these people, you know, I don't know.
You stuck it on Swap Shop website?
No,
Or
but,
their link? That might be a link to.
That's true. That's
Everybody
heard all over.
thank you.
That's heard everywhere.
I must live in a bubble, because I don't,
Never heard of Swap Shop?
oh, I've heard and
Yeah.
flipped it off, yeah.
It's pretty big on Saturday mornings.
Well, they got it online. You can scroll through.
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Mm-hmm, I put it on the city's Facebook page.
We'll get them. I've been going to different events, talking to people too. I've got one that goes Saturday and all the way through August.
I think we'll be fine. I just don't want to be hit with a lot of applications at the last minute.
Right. Well, we gotta make sure whoever the vendor is, they can handle this crowd.
I don't think there's ever an issue with the vendors not handling the crowd.
A lot of them got overwhelmed. A couple of them got overwhelmed. I made sure when I talked to several, they said, we don't know if we can handle this next year. That crowd was huge on that Friday night.
What about Rat Man? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. We had a little trouble with him.
Well, that wasn't a problem. I mean, actually, it worked out right because he had paid. And it was just a mix-up with the pay. I didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, I know,
but-
I got thrown in the middle of that one last
Yeah,
year.
but he had paid, and it was just a big mix-up because he,
But
you
the
know.
people should have known, the people with me should have known he had been paid. And they said he didn't pay.
Yeah, I
I
know,
said, you know, I flat told him, said, you're gonna have to pay.
yeah. And he'd already paid.
Oh,
I took the police officer over and said, you're gonna pay.
That
We're
was,
shutting you down.
that wasn't pretty.
Well, there's no other way to handle it. I mean,
but he had paid, no
Yeah,
record
he
show.
had paid.
they said he didn't. I have no problem bringing him back. You remember what he paid? Any idea?
Got a commission off of that.
So there wasn't a minimum plus commission, there was just commission?
Yeah, well, he paid, like 10%, we got 10% of what he made off of his sales.
How do you manage that?
It's hard to
That
manage.
seems impossible to manage. I never think that's a good.
First tracking, you're saying?
You sit there and
Whatever
watch
his
it.
sales is.
Business.
You can't manage it.
You sit there and watch it. He can do one in like 3 in 10 minutes.
Let me ask you this, since it's all cash, you think he's really turning in? So his 10% is gonna be a lot lower than you'd ever,
Cash money.
yeah.
It'd be impossible to police that.
He didn't pay a booth price up front.
No, he never paid it to me, no.
There you hit him with a booth price and then 10%.
He make a killing there, buddy. That place is packed.
So there's probably,
Yeah,
what,
that's what I'm saying.
3 booths there?
Yeah, he gets a 10 by 30. Because he has his own gizmos and
Right.
all that, and he has to have space to walk around. and-
We sell booth space plus take percentage. We'll make a new deal with him.
Can't think of his name either. Henson.
Yeah. He lived in,
He's up from Ohio.
yeah,
Henson's his last name. I can't think of his first name. We always just called him the Rat Man, because
yeah, we dealt with him years ago. We'll
Anyone
see.
that does, farmer's fair? Or is
Yeah, I
it
believe it is
somebody
down
I'm
there.
sure he does.
else? Might get a hold of them, maybe.
I'll contact Larry.
So why would he pay a portion of his revenue and booth space?
Why would he?
Yeah, why is he different than any other vendor?
I don't know.
Well, first of all, I don't know if he pays booth space, does he?
No, I just threw that.
Yeah.
we should.
We were
make
looking to
booth
do
space.
both.
Yeah.
That's our space,
But do we need to charge him in addition to the booth space?
yeah,
Why?
he's making a killing.
Well, there's others
I mean,
probably,
this guy's
but
making a killing.
Well, I mean, actually, if you get him on the booth space, it's
yeah, which is booth space, what is it? What size is he?
it'd be
Three booths.
Booths, 30
30
deep,
by-
30 foot deep. So he's
30.
sticking out in the crowd a little more.
10 by 30, 3 spots.
So
10,
it would
10,
be
10.
the 750. I don't remember our booth prices, but 500 is a 10 by 20.
Did we ever get 750 out of him before?
Oh,
At 10%? Charge him 750 and then let him go?
Yeah, flat rate. Gonna be better. There's no way to control cash money. I mean, in a situation like that. And he pulls in the money, buddy. I've sat there and watched it for a half hour. He just dealt it out. Okay. Any more on the budget?
No, sure.
Fencing, you said we can look at some options on that?
Well, I mean, closer we get to a set budget or where you're gonna be at on your capital outlay,
Right.
let us know. We'll, like I say, work backwards off of that.
You know what we forgot to bring up last night? Was barricades.
Well, we were worried about we didn't have 3 quotes.
If we didn't have 3 quotes, I was gonna.
Although, I was wondering what you got, is that what you was laughing about over there?
Among other things.
I looked over these labs, and they did something, I don't know what they did.
Well, we just didn't want to get, knocked down because we didn't have 3 quotes.
Alright.
Hey, we checked the water first.
Yeah. It seemed a little cold last night, so.
Alright.
is Paul Murray doing the booths?
No,
Roy?
Roy, we got a cheaper Roy.
Two did last year when it was Roy.
Yeah.
Roy Heck done last year.
He
Was
gives,
there any problems with that?
No,
No,
there was
Roy
no
did
problems
great.
at all, but Paul Murray wanted to make it a problem.
Oh, okay.
well, I talked to Paul, Paul's all right with it. He's getting paid well, $66,000 for that fair. 3 days,
Is there any free rides?
all free.
It's all free. Rides are all free.
Yeah, I had some people complain about that. I said, do you guys go to the farmer's fair? Yeah. I said, it's just reversing the farmer's fair.
That's
You
exactly
know?
what it is.
And they looked at me, they tried to argue. I said, you can't argue with it. Because you're actually going to pay more for rides than you are for
Right.
getting into the entertainment.
Well, people's gonna have to understand.
Yeah, what's a strip of tickets cost you?
Oh, you'll drop.
You'll pay some money for it.
Yeah.
Take your kids to farmers.
Exactly.
I think once they're like 10 on a strip for
And they take
20
3 or 4
bucks,
tickets.
20 bucks, and they'll take 3 tickets a ride or
Yeah,
4.
3 or 4 tickets.
So,
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Actually, I mean, did we set on a admission price? Thought we did.
we're gonna see what our
Well, I think
entertainment
we were
is.
close, but it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Oh, they gotta realize the gaming's down. And city can't keep footing the bills on all this stuff. We're gonna have to make it self-supporting.
Oh, another thing is actually one of the people that questioned me, they thought the whole city was getting shut down. You know how we're talking about shutting down the concert area?
Yeah.
The word on the street is basically the city's getting shut down. Like I said, no, it's just the concert area. Because it was a local businessman. He thought he was going to have to pay to get into his shop. I said, no. It's going to be set up just like it has in the past.
Right.
Except hopefully we'll have water barricades this time and stuff. But that's some of the stuff that's out there, so.
Say it's $15. Who would not pay to go see Leanne Ryan for $15? I mean, come on. It's gonna be a nightmare. We'll get into it here in the next one, but try to sell these tickets and stuff, and give them the tickets out to the Lawrenceburg residents. It's not gonna be an easy thing. We've talked, Kelly, myself's talked a little bit about the armbands and things like that. But just,
you're gonna have a I'm telling you, you're gonna have a problem with this. How are you gonna do it? 2 tickets per household?
We talked about that.
Problems with
Well, there's gonna be a cutoff date. If you don't have a ticket by that date, you're paying. I mean, it's your obligation, you gotta be there to get the ticket. You got to, we just can't let this thing go forever. And you don't want them at night coming there. All tickets are gonna be sold before that night. That way they come there, they give the ticket, they get an armband, and they go in.
So, yeah, I think the management of readmission is going to be very challenging, and getting those tickets to the residents. And I think, Mayor and I talked about giving different days and times of the week available to the citizens to come pick those up, sign off on them. But we're probably going to need some help staffing that pickup location, which would likely be here. But we want to offer.
I know my vote didn't count, but I say you either charge everybody or you let them all in free.
Well, that would make my
I
life
agree.
much easier
I
too,
agree.
Mario, but
I mean,
I'm telling you, you should charge everybody.
either everybody or let everybody in free.
I
That's the fairest way.
agree.
One or the other.
I 100% agree with you. Charge everybody or nobody. I think you're getting into the,
It's not us, that's what we've been dealt with.
I know, but I'm just telling you, it's
Gonna be chaos.
Oh, yeah.
charge everybody or don't charge anybody.
Yeah.
Can't,
I
that's
think,
what they sent to us. I think we give them,
I don't have the answer, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would, it's either charge everybody or don't charge anybody.
if we give 2 tickets, 2 households, an address, then they come and they show us electric bill, I tell you to live at that household, you give them the 2 tickets, you mark them off. Because all the kids are gonna be in free anyway.
Well, I guess I'm just looking at the hassle they have at the pool. So you're talking, they deal with 150 people to 200 people down there a day at the pool. And it's like, organized chaos. People arguing, I've got a Durham County address or a Lawrenceburg post office, and it's, Jeez.
But we'll know the street names. If you don't live in that general direction of the street, we'll have a list of streets down there.
Mark my words, you'll have more confrontation with the police over that issue at a gate now than you had at the
well, there's
beer
not going to
gardens.
be any issues at the gate. I think we're going to make it
Ticket.
very clear
Oh, you can-
through
you
the
can-
media.
You can state it all day long, but I guarantee you, when somebody's standing on this side of that entry and their buddy is in here, there's gonna be problems out here.
They're gonna say, I live in this
Yes.
town and I want in here.
Yeah.
But you say, this date's cutoff date, you wasn't here.
Oh, everybody's got an
Do
excuse.
that like in August.
Yeah, you give them sufficient time to come pick
Right.
up their
Yeah, I mean,
bracelet or whatever we're gonna give them, their ticket.
It's not gonna be easy, but we'll get through it.
I wish I had the answer, but
Now, don't get me wrong, we go back to the fairgrounds, it's a whole different
Oh.
venue, a whole
Yeah.
different setting.
Easier,
Yeah.
a lot easier. And that's where we're planning on going next year.
But I can see, I don't know.
well, we'll let Kelly handle that. She'll do
Thanks,
fine.
Johnny.
can't we just charge everybody then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the council done told us, this is the only way they're gonna pay our bills.
Yeah.
Jane wanted half the county free.
It was honestly the only way I think the
To have it.
committee felt that we were able to have Fall
Yeah,
Fest.
it was the only
We
way
had
we're
to
gonna be able to have it.
negotiate
Right.
our way to that.
That's the parameters we've been given. We're gonna deal with it. And it's not gonna be easy, but we'll get through it. Like I said, we'll have Saturday mornings or sometimes in the evenings. At these dates, you come pick your tickets up. All right? Say August 30th, whatever. That's the start date. If you don't have your ticket for then, you gotta pay. And we'll advertise it to the papers and everything.
So is it gonna be 2 tickets per household?
Well, what do you people think?
How you gonna do that?
If you give me 4, it's 20,000 people.
You're right. I never really looked at it.
So, I mean,
That's what I'm saying, we get to each do.
I'd say 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't wanna go more than 2.
That's 40,000 or 20,000 people, and you,
And the issue with giving 4 is if a household doesn't necessarily need 4, they would then give them to other folks that would normally be paying admission, and there goes our potential for any revenue.
It's give to.
I think 2's fair.
2 it is.
What do you other people think?
I think it's fair.
Put it on council.
Yeah, just a question, make any exceptions? For instance, I come down with a command truck. In the past, my people that work in it, sometimes their wives or significant others would come down in the evening for the entertainment, and be able to visit a little bit with what the guys that are working. Am I gonna get all my people down there if their significant other is not gonna have to pay to come down? In other words, why am I volunteering, have to pay to volunteer? In a sense.
Well, you have your
And
set
I'm not
people.
sure, I'm not saying, I just know some of my guys are not from Lawrenceburg, and
Yeah, but
I don't know how many others.
you're saying-
And access.
You're saying if you
Yeah.
would have like 20 access passes for you to pass out to your people, or?
Whatever,
I think you need to give us a list who's gonna be working, that's who's gonna get in. Their wives are gonna have to pay.
well, that's what I'm saying. If my guys are gonna volunteer their time away from their family, and before, their family would be able to come down, the guys could get away a few minutes and, be with them and watch them.
I honestly, I certainly value and appreciate their time as volunteers, but the issue is, I think it's just gonna be hard to manage.
Well, I understand. I'm just bringing a point up,
I think you should pay.
We don't get anything for volunteering, bringing the command truck and working that anyway,
Neither did anybody else putting this thing on.
Please?
A lot of people putting this thing on work for
Oh, I
it, too.
understand. I'm just saying that, you've got extra law enforcement in and getting paid, you've got firemen on duty getting paid, for safety. But, and I'm not saying we want it, we never have. A lot of guys that question me on it, I said, we're not gonna do that.
We'll get a list to you. How many people usually work?
Oh, we'll probably get, 8 a night.
See, we give you 10 badges. The spouse can pay. We can't make exceptions for everything. It's gotta stop somewhere.
Well, I'm saying, okay,
I volunteered for many years too.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't look at it that way.
I know, but
That's selfish.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, a lot of the arguments have been so far, they're left in Lawrenceburg, but anybody else that's coming in has to pay, But I'm not arguing one way
I know,
or the
that's-
other, I'm just saying that's what some of the comments, why am I gonna volunteer to come down and help Lawrenceburg, and my wife has to pay? So,
That's the way we've been
Yeah,
doing.
and they are a big help,
Yeah, but
with the command truck.
if you give everybody free, we're not gonna make anything on this contract and put it
I
on.
understand that- Yeah, I understand what.
We gotta draw a line somewhere.
In that case.
I hate to charge people too, I do, but we're at this point. People don't understand the money and the revenue coming here is way down.
Oh, I understand.
I gotta run a city, and it's very hard to gonna run on this revenue I got. I gotta cut budgets of my own people.
I understand.
I'm not worried about the county. I'm worried about Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about getting enough of my volunteers in here to help.
It's gonna be tough next year to run the city. Alright. What else we got? Management fees for admission.
Yeah, I just touched on that. Maybe just, some assistance as we try to manage that free admissions process. Maybe somebody to help me on a Saturday morning as people come in to pick up their free tickets, that sort of thing, just kind of a heads up on,
Well, maybe we should circulate or get a list, get your dates together when you're gonna have those, and see if we can get people to sign up for it, volunteer for it.
okay.
I mean, yeah, we also have, I don't know if you want to do it here, but we could do it at the event center.
Okay,
At that
on
point.
certain dates?
Because of the box office is right in the front door.
Okay,
Right.
So, it might get people incentive. They could at least get in there and take a look.
Curiosity gets them, sure.
That'd be great, yeah, to show off.
We can
Okay.
use the box office. I mean, that's what it's built for, so.
okay. Would you want us to staff that, or do you want your staff, or
We might be able to
combination?
get some, yeah, we might be able to get both entities. So
Okay,
Might help.
We have a checklist, so people don't come twice or 3 times.
sure, yeah, I think they're gonna have to sign off when they accept their
It'll be easy.
tickets.
You're right. That's great. That would look good.
Good idea.
we just use it.
You want to see the vendors? Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Anything good? Is Sherry got any more?
What do you think the possibilities of going back to council with a proposal of
Everybody paying?
everybody paying, or let them in free one?
Well,
We won't have enough come next year because they're not going to try to cut this.
Well, I don't think they'll cut the budget to do away with it.
but they were
Budget
gonna do
will be-
away with it this year. It wasn't gonna happen.
Well, I think spite is more there than anything.
About the committee appointment?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the festival's gonna change in appearance. I think it's gonna be like probably a small festival downtown here and a big,
Big one over there.
yeah,
So that's the reason we got to make the revenue to do that.
yeah.
And we told them we'd try to have a free festival next year, like a one-day festival.
I just don't wanna see this thing get so chaotic this year,
That's what they tried to do.
with this emissions thing.
Be better off if you charged everybody.
I'm afraid you're gonna have, it's not gonna be pretty, the yelling and screaming of, I can't get past this, point. I mean,
Or
we-
just the management of getting the free tickets out?
Yes, yes.
Or they may
Well, I
not be
think,
on the
yeah,
list, and what do you do, and,
you'll have more letters to the editor and more bad press than good press ever come out. I mean, it's just, Johnny, I don't know how you feel. I mean, we've lived here long enough and
Yeah.
been through situations with Fallfest, just like Dennis has, and the good stuff you never hear about. It's always the bad stuff.
We're trying to take some of the
I mean, you
chaos
just
out.
gotta do the best you can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can do.
Well, I was just saying, I think you stepped out. What if we took tell the council, we've looked at this thing, analyze it, and run some thoughts. Is there a chance to either one of two options, let everybody in free or make everybody pay? And just try to get some feedback. All I can do is say, leave it like it is.
and I think one option may be to propose that individuals buying tickets in advance may pay, let's say, $10, and that gives our local community the option to purchase their tickets early at a discounted rate, and if you purchase at the door, maybe it's 15 or 20. So that gives our local, although it may go out to other folks in the county, that gives them the
Discounted.
opportunity to get a discounted ticket price. And an appealing option, I think, for them, that it's much more affordable than
I
paying
think you're gonna
15 or
find
20.
out, it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $25. People are gonna have an issue.
Sure.
Well, I think we have, what we're proposing here today on the entertainment lineup. It would be ridiculous if somebody didn't want to pay $10 or $15 or even $20 for a lineup on Friday or Saturday.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but again,
You're going to have them, especially this year.
yeah.
But I think once we move the fairgrounds, a lot of these issues will go away.
So Mario, did I hear you say that you would make that proposal to council?
I have no problem, 'cause I think you're gonna, I think if they would sit down, and they being the individuals that lived here and dealt with Fall Fest and activities here, they'll see the writing on this wall, because it's just,
But will the spite leave?
Well, that I don't know.
Two of them's got a lot of spike.
That I don't know. I'm just saying that it's gonna be a headache. It's gonna be a flat headache if, I'd rather hear somebody bitch, moan, and groan that they gotta pay.
Me too.
And
That's the fairest way to
and
do
you're
it.
saying you pay across the board, everybody, you know.
Have you looked into other festivals that's free festivals, about the entertainment, how they do their entertainment?
How they pay for it?
Yeah, if they pay, if, you know, and what the booths, how they do their booths,
I think
Blue
the only,
Ash
price
thing?
on their booths and stuff.
I think the only
at different-
comparison that you would have is probably Cincinnati, like Blue Ash or Sawyer Point or.
And, you know, I think Blue Ash is pretty poised for success up there with the, you know, tax revenue that they have. I think they're a wealthy,
You know what
That's
they,
something you could look
area.
into and just,
you know what they get for a 10x10 space? Anywhere from $800 to $1,000. That's how big they got their festival at. They looked, what was it?
Well, what
Somewhere in
they-
the country, they looked to come down here one time before they,
What do they do
Stop
on the weekly
operating.
stuff, on the Wednesdays and Thursday night? I mean, they get big names, don't they,
right,
throughout the week up there?
I don't know about Wednesday.
they got a lot of
Thursday.
sponsorship.
Like
too.
Cincinnati, I'm talking about, on the Fountain Square,
Oh,
and Sawyer Point, and,
is that Budweiser sponsored?
Mm.
Yeah,
When you
Budweiser,
look
Party
at
in the Park.
sponsor,
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
I think Budweiser's a big sponsor.
I mean, that's all free as far as the,
Oh, it was free day in the country. Remember that we used to have that? Well, they was gonna move, they wanted to come down here. They come talk to us one time. And that's who told us they get $800 to $1,000 by a 10x10 space for a vendor.
these are just little country people though that come in
Oh, I
here.
agree, but
You just,
not
I mean, we can't
not
char-
20,000 people are all little country people, though.
no.
we can't charge that, but that's what they
No.
got at those events.
Yeah. I'm just trying to take one last shot at the, minimize the headache.
The only problem I got with the free, we don't have the money to operate, because they're gonna try to cut this budget. They're gonna try to take that out of the budget next year. That's their plan. So we don't have anything to put one at all next year. I'd rather see them go, everybody pays. And have a discount
Yeah, I
price.
would have no problem with that if everybody pays.
Yeah, everybody pays, have a discount price for the residents.
And if council would approve that, that would be ideal. Absolutely ideal.
Yep. Yep. It would minimize some of the headache, I'll say
So you'd
that.
have two prices. What about for kids too? I'm getting
Kids-
into the concert. Would they pay too?
I thought we came up with.
Or would they
a
pay,
gauge.
or
Isn't
free
free.
with a paying adult?
Yeah.
Paying adult, yes. But we need armbands for them too. Are you gonna, you know,
What was the age break for that? Did we ever come up
18,
with
wasn't it?
one?
When an 18 looked at?
High school.
Or was it college? I don't remember what we did.
I think high school, yeah.
High school.
Mm-hmm.
That could be 18 probably.
Yeah.
We'd have to, but when they come though, the kids are gonna have to have armbands too. So we don't have a slew of kids down inside there either. 'Cause you're gonna have to have some way to police that.
And it was, you still had to pay if you were just going to the beer gardens too, correct?
Right. Just get behind that gate.
So that may minimize your pre-sale of that. I mean, in other words, I don't think you're gonna get that one crowd to go get tickets saying you're going to, because it's a whim for some people to go to the beer gardens. In other words, you're in town, you're going to the beer gardens. Oh, yeah, you get a free show.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna be at the gate there too, so,
Have to buy a ticket.
right,
That's just what it has to be.
yep.
Not an easy thing going with this. The clamps they put on us is gonna be pretty tough.
Oh, I agree.
How big of an area you get a fence in? Because some people, those bands are so loud, you could sit just about anywhere out there and hear it.
Right.
You're not interested in actually seeing the entertainers.
it'll be the bowl down there. You're not gonna stop, you can step on Walnut Street if you wanna hear them, but at the viewing, it'll be pretty much blocked off. I mean, until you had to pay to get in.
Pretty much like it was last
Last year, same
Yeah,
deal.
pretty much, but it'll be fenced in, the bowl will be.
We'll patrol back on that back line of Water Street and
That's where I was.
Kentucky Fried Chicken area
Right.
and down by the
Kids
bowling
always
alley.
go down there and jump off those walls, take shortcuts.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you see it every day down there.
Yeah, we'll tighten it up.
We hire about 40 policemen, so. It's, good luck, we haven't had much trouble at all. This might be our first year, who knows, so hope it's not. Any more?
I do, next time we have a meeting, to know what was made on the booths last year, total price.
She wouldn't give us any of that.
Jackie ought to have all that.
Oh, okay, yeah, she will, yeah.
She's got all that because I brought every check up here and got a receipt for everything.
But all the information.
So you had the checks? So we could go through those checks and get the,
Now,
Good idea,
yeah.
good idea.
Because I brought checks.
There'd
up
be your
here
con,
and
be
They
your
wrote out
contact.
receipts.
We'll do that, thanks. That's a good idea. Good deal.
It's just a good, just an idea of how much was made on the booths, because I don't, I didn't,
We
Figure
we
total
raised a little
up,
bit this year.
pardon me?
We raised a little bit.
I was
Price
saying
on
that
the
we
booth.
could use that for our contact list to go ahead and do the,
Well, yeah, if she's got a receipt, then it should be the name of who
Right.
that
Right.
contact person
There might be an
was.
address, telephone number on it too.
Well, if I brought multiple checks, all she done was totaled up the checks and put it on the receipt and just put vendors on there. On
But
some
she
of
should
them.
have copies
She's got
of the
copies
check.
of the
Got
checks,
copies,
though.
checks,
Yeah.
total copies.
yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, she's got photocopies.
That helps.
It'd be worth checking.
Our
to see
hands
if
been
you get
tied a
that
little bit
list.
here trying to run it. so-
Yeah, good idea, thank you.
Yeah, that'll help good. Any more?
It'd be a good summer. For the summer help over there.
Yes, it would. Anybody in the audience got anything? Motion German.
So move.
Second?
second.
German. Next meeting next Tuesday at 4:00?
Yes, sir.
I didn't
Yes.
have a card with me, but I did put my card.
Here, you want me to shut it down too?
Oh, okay.
And then if you send me
You're right.
an email, I'll send you